You say Joshua.
No, not all of them. Not all of them.
Not all of them. That's true.
Not all of them.
I'm not a rabbinical Jew.
Yeah. So my question now.
I don't believe in the Talmud.
No, I forgot about Talmud, but I'm saying you don't have no proof, clear-cut proof. That so therefore you just contradict yourself because you told me the Torah was given by God to Moses.
Well,
but
it was revealed over a period of 40 years.
I understand that, but it was not given to God to Moses.
Down. Well, no, when it says, and Yehovah spoke to Moses saying, that is Yehovah speaking to Moses.
No,
when it says, and Moses went up to the mountain, that was presumably, well, there's two opinions. One is that Moses wrote it in tears.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. It's possible, but I don't believe it.
Yeah.
The other is that Joshua wrote those verses, and Joshua is a very important figure.
Yusha ben Nun.
Yeah, so Yusha ben Nun, Yehoshua, when God spoke to Moses face to face in a tent, what's called the tent of meeting, Yehoshua was the only one in the tent with Moses.
Yeah, but no one, to be honest, that bit, scholars differ, because you can check.
Sure, there's definitely two opinions.
Yeah, two opinions.
There's a statement, you ask two Jews to get three opinions.
That's a good one.
It's true.
So let's go back to the main point. So I can establish clearly that what Allah said in the Quran, that the rabbis, they changed the book which God was given to the
rabbis changed the book?
Yeah, the rabbis changed it. Yeah.
Then why did Karaites in the Middle Ages accept it?
There's many people accept the book. Doesn't mean it's right because
there were two. We're getting sidetracked.
Yeah. So anyway, even to give you an example.
Yeah.
What is the earliest manuscript that you have for the Torah?
For the earliest complete manuscript or partial manuscript?
Complete manuscript.
Earliest complete manuscript might be the Leningrad Codex from 1005.
Yeah, which is literally 1000 after Moses.
Oh no, it's three. I'm bad at math. 2,500 years after Moses.
2000. So
the complete manuscript.
Yeah, of course.
There's pieces of it in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah.
Like we have all of Isaiah and the Dead Sea Scrolls. The first of the Torah, and I don't know if this is actually correct, because there's a bunch of manuscripts that haven't been dated yet. Let's say it's for argument's sake
2000
1005
500. So you're telling me you are taking someone's speech who came 1000 years after Moses, and he says Moses said this and Moses that.
Well, it's 2500. Yes, correct.
So you have no problem. It's like, what is it? It's like me telling you Prophet Muhammad did this and did that without any person between me and
Prophet no, there's lots in between.
But you don't know them.
No, but I do have them.
No, you don't know the
complete.
Yes. Yeah. You don't know whole complete manuscript.
Well, I do know Shmuel ben Yaakov, who was a scribe in Cairo.
No, you don't know that. No, for the Dead Sea Scrolls.
No, for the Dead Sea Scrolls, I don't know the name.
No, that's one. The full you don't know it.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So
that's correct.
They are unknown.
Yeah. And do you know the names of the earliest scribe of the Quran?
That's the beauty of the Quran. The Quran asks, we do not rely on a manuscript that we found in a cave on the water. The Quran.
Well, we don't either. There were always Jewish scribes who
this came after. Anyway, Allah said in the Quran that the Quran, it is preserved within the breast of those who have been given knowledge. So in Islam, from day one, Prophet Muhammad, he used to receive the revelation.
So I was talking to somebody earlier who told me a story about how
you're too excited, man.
I am excited. This is cool stuff. How often do I get to talk to a Muslim expert?
No, I'm not expert, by the way.
You seem very knowledgeable.
I follow. I'm an Orthodox Muslim. Yes. So many people they think I'm very knowledgeable. There's my teachers, even people like me, way knowledgeable than me. Okay. So I think if they come down to Speaker's Corner, they will look it down then. Because if people think I'm knowledgeable, then let alone about the other teachers. Let's so my point here is that the Quran, from the time Prophet Muhammad used to receive the Quran, read it out to his companions, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Zayd, Muawiyah, write it down, read it out back to him, and memorize it. So 100 of Sahaba memorize it, 1,000 Muslims, and the Muslims from day one used to sacrifice their life, their wealth, their family to preserve the Quran. So Quran was passed down to us.
Well, that's an interesting argument.
That's why the Jewish in Iraq, they come up with the same thing which is called Isnad. Which is the Mozart text.
Well, no, that wasn't in Iraq. That was in Tiberias. But anyway,
the Iraqi Jewish who came with this.
Let's not get bogged down in that. So you mentioned how one of the proof of the Quran is people were willing to go to their deaths for it. So one of the arguments of Christian apologists is that there were all these people who saw Jesus risen from the dead, and they were willing to go to their deaths to when they were being tortured by the Romans.
There was no argument. You're misinterpreting the arguments.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I said Prophet companions wrote it.
Okay.
So we have the Christians, Mark, Luke, Matthew, John. None of them claim they were inspired by God, and we don't even know them very well. But we know Abu Bakr as-Siddiq,
But
Abdullah
there
ibn
were
Abi Quhafa.
Christians who were willing to be put to death rather than deny that Jesus was risen
No, I'm not
from
talking
the
about just
dead.
being dead. I'm talking
But
about
you don't believe he ever died, right?
yeah, we believe he was raised up.
You do believe he was raised up.
Not raised up from death. Allah raised him before death.
So he was never crucified.
He was
killed.
never crucified.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
We'll finish with this.
Sure.
Do you know Isaiah 42?
I do.
What does it talk about?
You tell me.
But you said you do.
Tell me what you want to tell him from Isaiah 42.
Anyone has a Bible here? Okay, Isaiah 42 speaks about servant coming to
Right.
glorify the Lord.
Right?
And he speaks,
Yaakov.
yeah, the description is given here. One of the main points, there's many to be honest.
Yeah.
One of them is, let the witness and its cities lift up their voice. The village that Kedah inhabits. Let the
Also,
inhabitants.
Kedar is Muhammad.
No, Kedah is Muhammad.
Oh no. Okay.
Let the inhabitants of Sela sing new song. Okay? Who is Kedah? It's not Muhammad.
It's Ishmael.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's
You
not.
go to Genesis 25:13,
Yeah.
and he said, "This is the sons of Ishmael."
Okay.
The firstborn of Ishmael, Nabiot, and the second one is Kedah.
Okay.
And yeah,
yeah.
No, but Ishmael is not Kedah.
Fair
Kedah
enough.
is
Okay.
So now,
Yeah,
And also Sela, the mountain Sela. If you Google it, is in Saudi, in Medina,
Probably.
more specific. Yeah.
Okay.
So who's this
Well, or
prophet?
in Madian, but whatever. Okay. So that's
There's one-
Muhammad.
This
Okay.
guy sounds like
wait,
Shah.
so wait, the Qibla. Tell me about the Qibla.
Yeah, I told
Why
you.
was it changed?
Because I told you why it was changed. He said Allah's. No, okay. You have to ask why this is jokes. Yes. Because
feel your pain.
first when the Qibla, Mecca, was under control of the Quraysh. Okay. So they were praying toward what? Toward
Towards Jerusalem.
Yes,
Al-Quds.
correct. So Al-Quds, correct. So after in Medina, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he wanted badly, like not badly, he wanted to pray toward Mecca. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him to pray toward Mecca because scholars mentioned that was as a sign for him that he will overpower Mecca. Okay. So Allah told him to pray because Prophet wanted to pray toward Mecca.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you believe there's gradual revelation? Is that right?
Yeah, I believe
and
that,
that.
yeah.
And that whatever the last revelation is, that's the truth, right? Is that fair?
No, all of them is the truth. Because that
okay,
was the truth for that time.
So whatever is the final revelation is what's
That's what
binding today.
implement. That's it. Yeah,
Okay,
you're right. You're
okay.
right. Yeah, so now we pray to Mecca. Correct.
Okay.
Right.
And I would say that everything is binding up
Can
to.
I give me a book? Sorry. What is the brother? I gave a book to a brother. My book.
What is your book?
No, I'm just gonna give you something as well before you
Is
leave.
this? Do you have a book in English?
Huh?
Or are you Salafi?
You wanna read it?
I do want to read it. Wait. Okay. Are you a Salafi?
I am Salafi. Yeah.
Okay. So are you of Saudi extraction?
Not Saudi extraction because it's Saudi.
No. I mean, of like Saudis, like your parents or something came from Saudi Arabia.
no, I'm Algerian.
Algerian.
Yeah. I have Moroccan in me as well.
Okay, so I've got to ask you here, if you're Salafi, tell me about Daesh and what is your view on this? Because they
Okay,
were
no.
Salafi too, right?
They're not Salafi.
They're not Salafi.
They are enemies of Salafi.
They're enemies of Salafi.
Salafi, yes.
So give us some really, because you got to go, and we have to end this.
What is the time? Because my
But this is the exciting bit. Get this.
Okay,
Alright, no problem.
what is the difference? What is Salafi? Because I shouldn't say everyone, a lot of people hear Salafi and they think, oh, the Salafi, that's
to kill
it's Al-Qaeda and Daesh.
Shabab, Boko Haram. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and-
so a Salafi, there's two. There's Salafis and Wahhabism.
And they're different.
No, there's no such there's no such a thing called Wahhabism.
Okay.
Salafis are quote unquote they call it Wahhabism. Okay.
Right, in the West they call Wahhabis
It's Wahhabis.
Muslims, they call it Salafi.
Yes.
Okay.
So let me clarify to you. Salafi mean someone that follow the Quran, the prophetic tradition, according to the three generations. Why the three generations?
After Muhammad.
Rasulullah, yeah, his companions, companions, their students. Why?
Okay.
Because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said the best people is my people and those who come after them and those who come after them. So this called as language,
Okay.
which is pious predecessors.
Okay.
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 You with
so,
me?
so this is why you said you don't pray to like dead saints, because like in certain parts of the world, they'll have a tomb of a sheikh, and they'll come and they'll pray there, and they'll say, no, we're praying to Allah, but we're praying at the tomb of the saint.
Yeah, we don't do that.
You don't accept that?
No, we don't accept that because that's not a teaching of Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
Neither
Oh.
with his companions and their students. So that's what a Salafi. Salafi mean I'm a person who follow the Quran, prophetic tradition, and how his companions understood the Quran and the prophetic tradition.
Okay.
And Prophet Muhammad said to his daughter, "What bless Salaf unto you."
So I once had a conversation with a Sunni cleric, sheikh, and he said to me, because I'm a Karaite Jew, he said, you Karaites are just like the Salafi, He said, you don't think the dead person in the grave can hear you. I said, I don't know if he can hear me or not, but in Deuteronomy 18 it says, don't pray to the dead.
That's it.
So I'm
You're
forbidden to pray whether he can hear me or not.
That's it. You're right. Yeah, you're right. 100%. We're not allowed to pray to the dead. We're allowed to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even someone alive, I'm not allowed to pray to him. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those who come with this ideology was the so-called Fatimiyun, they call Ubaydiyun, which is a group of Shi'ism. They came with it in around 4th century. They start building
around what century?
4th century, according to Islamic calendar.
So the 10th century in Western calendar.
Yeah, 11th. Yeah. They come up with it, start glorifying the righteous people, praying to them, saints. Yeah.
Right.
But no, we say no. That's when it comes in so-called Wahhabism. So 200 years ago, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab was born in Saudi, and in Saudi there was a lot of people praying to the graves, and he started calling people, said this is the wrong way.
And were they praying at the grave of Muhammad?
I'm not sure about that, but I know there was like the grave of one of the companions in Ta'if.
Really?
Yeah, there's many companions. Yeah.
Okay.
So he said no, that's not the correct teaching. The correct teaching that you pray to Allah alone.
Okay.
Then who aided him is the forefather of the king, the Saudi royal, yeah, which is called Imam Saud. May Allah have mercy upon him.
So tell me, why is it that there are people who are associated, who Westerners say are Salafis, like ISIS and, like you said, Al-Shabaab? Why do they think they have something to do with?
Some of them they don't know. Some of them they are ignorant of it.
Okay.
But some of them they do it on purpose, because they know the fastest growing Islamic group is Salafism.
Okay.
So what they want to scare people away by saying to them, Daesh are Salafi. No, we are the first people to warn against Bin Laden. You know which year? In the late 80s.
You were against Bin Laden?
Bin Laden, in the late 80s.
Okay.
When America was working with, one of our scholars called Muqbil bin Hadi al-Wadi'i.
And he said something against Bin Laden?
He warned against Bin Laden, yes. Likewise, another scholar, which is the Grand Mufti, you know Mufti? Grand Mufti of Saudi, Bin Baz, in the 90s, he warned against Bin Laden.
Wait, so tell us what Grand Mufti is. He's
Grand Mufti, like
leading religious figure or something?
A religious figure, of the state.
Okay, because I've heard of the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, but I don't know the...
Yeah, like in Jerusalem, that's the one who we go back
so there's
to.
one in Saudi.
There's one, there's every country.
Okay.
So,
I didn't know. Okay.
In Saudi, in the 90s, their Grand Mufti, which is the Mufti of the state, he said Bin Laden is a misguided individual. Misguided individual. Okay. Likewise, we warn against the likes of Daesh, ISIS, and other than them. We have many leaflets. You can see my videos. We have.
So in your videos, you speak against ISIS
openly. Rather, we have a
Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem.
That's good. They're bad people.
Of course, without any doubt.
We can disagree on politics, but we agree on this.
Yeah, of course. But
this man said to me in the beginning, we're not going to talk politics and Middle Eastern issues, but this we agree on.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you something. Yeah. We have a table called Dawah table. Yeah, Dawah table. We have one in America. Okay. We have one in what they call
Denmark.
No, not America, which is the places. Philadelphia, and we have one in
and
Washington.
What does it mean, a Dawah table?
Dawah table means we have a stall called CC Dawah. CC stalls. So we go.
Store?
Yeah, stall. Yeah, no, we go.
Stall.
Yeah, stall. Okay. So we go out there, teaching people about Islam, and we have a banners warning against ISIS and Boko Haram and Al Qaeda and Shabab.
So if you had someone in your masjid, in your mosque, who was preaching, who was saying things about ISIS,
you kick him out.
You kick him out.
Without any doubt.
Good for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Not even talking to, just even sitting down in a mosque and talking to the other people, just in a private way, we'll kick him out.
So last question, I'll let you go.
In my country what we say, question give a birth to another question.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So I'll give you a leaflet.
Okay, I really appreciate it. It was good talking to you.
It was nice talking to you. Look after yourself, man.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. This is a website of my teacher.
This is the website of your teacher?
Yeah, called Abu Iyad. Yes.
Okay.
Abu Iyad has a website called Islam Against Extremism.
Against extremism?
Yes.
I like this website.
Also, we have another website called Sharia. I want to get the correct. Okay, can you get Abu Iyad's website? Because many people have misunderstood about Sharia.
Tell us what Sharia is.
Sharia, I mean Islamic law. That's what it means,
So it's like halakha in Judaism?
Like, you have the Mosaic law.
Well, not exactly.
It's something similar to that.
Yeah.
No, there's other one. Sharia.
This is going to be on the links.
They're going to be in the links.
Okay.
So in the
Islamic
links.
IslamAgainstExtremism.com.
Okay, we'll put up,
.com,
we'll
yeah,
put up a
.com.
link. We'll put up a link. Excellent.
.com.
All right.
I have to
Thank
go
you
now.
very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Have a
Take
good
care,
day.
man. Have a
Bye-bye.
Take care.